One of the best things you could do to help you train for a memory competition is to make yourself be disadvantaged. So usually something like numbers, you have 5 minutes, but maybe you do 4 minutes when you're training. Now, I'm not saying you train 4 minutes every single time because you do need to do 5 minutes to get the right feel for the actual competition, right? But do some training where you have 1 minute less, you have 2 minutes less, 30 seconds, whatever it may be, because now you have to try to figure out, okay, what am I going to do? I don't have as much time as I usually have. And so you're able to kind of figure out a way to memorize maybe the same amount or try to adapt to the different time change. So if you're going through and trying to memorize, you're like, oh crap, usually I would be here at the end of 2 minutes, but I'm here. Okay, how can you keep your mind focused? So how can you be calm under that situation? At the French Open, now we weren't memorizing, but the fire alarm went off. And so just think about that. If you were sitting down memorizing and then all of a sudden, pew, pew, it's all loud, how are you going to be able to focus during that still, right? And so I talk about training in worse conditions and stuff like that, which is a part of this, they kind of complement each other. But let's say you're memorizing and then you stop and then you come back and continue to memorize. Now you might think that's not really a big deal, but it is, because when you're memorizing, you usually get into a flow state, okay? So just kind of flowing through. And so if you have to stop, go do something, come back and try to get back into that same state, it's really hard. Everything is the same in terms of the numbers are the same. The amount of time is going to be the same amount of time you would have if you're just memorizing. But what happens is your mind, that is what changed, because now you were in the flow state, then you stop, then you have to come back, and it's kind of hard just to jump right back into it wherever you stopped in the memorization. So if I was doing a PAO, maybe I stopped on the person, and then I had to come back and be like, okay, wait, what was the person again? Oh, it was that. And so it's kind of hard to get back into that same state, but it's a disadvantage. And so that's what you want to do. You want to train these different disadvantages because it prepares you when you actually go to the competition and everything is the best it could possibly be. Then, it's going to be so much easier for you to memorize because you have all these advantages, because you trained yourself in this horrible conditions, like that one video I made. Give yourself disadvantages, but all those things aren't there in the competition, or hopefully they're not there. Then you're able to perform at a better rate of memorization. You're able to memorize more information, whatever it may be. And so that's why you want to disadvantage yourself. And you can do it in multiple ways, like usually I have 2 digits at a time, but just to kind of like screw yourself up, what you could do is 3 digits. So I don't have a 3-digit system, right? And so this would be harder because how the information is split up is not what I'm used to, but it would force me to read it correctly, even though what I'm seeing is saying, hey, do 3 instead of 2. So there's all these little ways to make yourself be at a disadvantage. So it's up to you to get creative and try essentially screw yourself over, but it does pay off in the long run when you actually do compete at a memory competition. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.